you chase and chase and chase, but once you get it, you're not even worth the catch. Become whole so that you're not giving me your half.
What's up, guys? It is Fly Vegan, also known as D, and as you can see, I'm here with a special guest. I got my sis here with me.
Hey y'all. My name is Elena, the owner of Serene Bliss, and I'm here with my girl today. You know, we're just about to give y'all some organic talk, you know? I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me, sis.
Thank you for being here. This is a mukbang. Vegan mukbang, okay? Get in there, okay?
Don't look at my bun. My bun a little different.
We had a little situation come up,
a little bit.
We got it together. Without further ado, let's hop right into the video. My sis is an entrepreneur, okay? Like she said, she is the owner of Serene Bliss. I will link her information in my description bar. Of course, it'll be right here for you guys to check her out. She's always sold out, by the way, so when you see something, snag something.
Let's keep it fun.
Okay.
Fun and flirty. You know, so much going on in the world right now.
Okay.
Let's just keep it cool. Something that everybody has experienced before, maybe experiencing now. What about relationships?
We hopping straight in.
Diving right on into it. Like,
okay.
All gas, no brakes. Okay.
Okay.
So we have common interests. So we're talking about relationships. How's it so far? How's the food?
It's good. It's got a little twang to it. I had a little spice. What is this, sis? So I got the 100% green style vegan.
My sis got the green style burger.
Didn't know it wasn't a bun on it though.
Before we start rolling, my sis, it was just lettuce because she got the green style version. So it was just lettuce on top, lettuce at the bottom like a bun. No bun. We tried to take all the food out. Sis like,
Where's the bun?
Where the bread at though?
but we back on track. My sister had some buns on the side, on standby, ready.
How did that happen so perfectly though? Because I don't even eat burgers. I think I may have had a turkey burger one time since I've been living here, and I just had these burgers at the top on the top of the refrigerator. So when that happened, it just, I guess. I mean,
I was cracking up.
I wasn't gonna eat no lettuce as a vegan patty.
So we are eating the Beyond Meat patties. We went to this spot called BurgerFi over here by my sis' crib. It's really good. If you're in the Atlanta area, if you know, you know. So yeah, back to relationships. Pop it off, sis. What's up? What's up with them relationships, man?
So, I want to know, the question for me is, why is it that men will go so far to be the chase when you get them, they ain't worth the catch? Why is that?
Oh, that's a great question.
I got it from you.
No,
I'm just trying to, that's really like the topic of conversation. Like, I just want to know, why will you chase and chase and chase, but once you get it, you're not even worth the catch?
Wow.
I can't seem to figure that out. So what I've come up with, like my own little theory, is maybe it's a form of men will just go the extra mile to get you and really not knowing what they'll receive in return. So when they finally do get you, it's like a shock for them, because every time you meet somebody, it's always a representative. So you see them, you get that representative. If you feel like, okay, they're gonna be it for me, then when you catch them and you got them, you don't do anything worth keeping them. So that for me is just it's like a question that needs an answer, like a QTNA. Yeah. I just really want to know. So I mean, that's my, what you think, sis?
And for those of you that don't know, when my sis say representative, it's like dating these days is like a whole interview. You know, when you're sitting there on your first date or you meet someone for the first time, you know, they don't know about you. That you putting your best foot forward. So I think
the
that's
best first impression.
Yeah, the representative you until you get the job. Some people can get extremely comfortable, like after the fact that they've met somebody, got the number, you know, chatted up a little bit. It's just kind of like all right, I got the job, i.e. we're together. Let me chill then. Let me get a little...
You in my business? Don't do that.
I got the job. What's
Can't
up?
get comfortable.
What's up?
Comfortability, content, and stagnant. Those are the worst things that you want to get in a relationship. Excuse me, y'all. I'm talking about eating.
We vibing, okay?
But you never want to get comfortable. Like when you have finally gotten to the point where, you know, you receive the person that you manifested. You receive the person who, you know, you really, really care about. You got that person and you got them there. But what are you going to do to keep that spark going? Like keeping it spicy. Like don't never let the spice die down. Like you don't sit back and get the chilling. Like no, you always up on your toes. Like what can I do to make it better? What can I do to pour more into this so that we can get more out of it? Exactly. What is going to be the ultimate end goal? Like we're not just sitting here and we're just getting complacent with the right now. No, we're looking past the right now. Like we want to see longevity in this. So just getting comfortable. There's no longevity in just comfortability. You got to get outside your comfort zone to see even anything past that. So right. I don't understand it, and I guess it's not meant for me to understand, because you know once you try to understand something you eventually become it. So we ain't trying to go there, but
it's kind of like
it's just
the game changing. It really is. It's like people are legit not playing for keeps. Like they want to play around, and it's just kind of like they literally treat it like a game. It's just kind of like just
chase, catch.
Yeah, like mouse and cat.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, when will that stop, or when will that come to cease? It's just kind of like, I'm not trying to be 40. No offense to the 40-year-olds out there or anybody watching this video that's a little bit older. The 40-year-olds that, you know, is at home with their cat eating Twinkies.
Sitting on the couch
trying to figure out why my relationship failed after, you know, fail, and I'm not seeing them red flags. You know what I'm saying? So
sis, let me stop you at red flags.
Okay.
So a lot of times, ladies, some men too, we don't realize those red flags. We always see the red flags, yes, but we don't realize that those red flags are really like waving at you like, girl, get out, don't sit, don't stay. Like, this is who this person is. So trying to see past those red flags and seeing that potential because you want to be the good guy, the good girl, will eventually cost you later, because those red flags are in front of you for a reason. Like, see that, take it, and know that this is who this person is in the flesh. And 9 times out of 10, they're not changing. Like, they're who they are. And I think as women, a lot of times we want to try to change. You know, like we want to try to change them and say, oh, well, you know, I can make him a better man. No, sis, if he just is who he is right now, then that's who he is. You know, it's no filtering out people sometimes. Like, it's who they are, and you have to accept them for who they are and realize if you can deal with it or if you can't deal with it, and if you just want to stay there, just let it go. And I think I'm talking from personal experience there too. So I mean, but that's cool.
I definitely feel you.
It's just,
and other people out there feel you too, because you're not the only one going through this. I'm not the only one going through this. You know, it's just kind of like we got to figure out some type of solution within ourselves. Like, it starts with self first. But I also have a question to follow up with that. When people, you understand the saying, like draws like. Help me break down the fact that though this may be a cat and mouse game, it's something about that person that is we're drawn to, because it's just kind of like, I see, excuse me, I see me in you. But what?
That mirror reflection, that mirror self looking back at self. Because a lot of times who we are is a reflection of the person who we're dealing with. So what you may be going through right now in this moment, the person that you may tend to attract, they could be going through that same thing. And then when you just joint that together, it becomes stagnant and comfortable, because the both of y'all are just comfortable being there. Nobody knows change. Nobody knows getting out your comfort zone. Nobody knows like that balance. So having to figure out that balance is just, it becomes complicated over time because of the comfortability, because of not wanting to get out of your ways, being, caught where you are. So that's when it becomes difficult. But like you said, reaching down into self and figuring out the why, like knowing when to pack your bags and leave, boo.
Then leave. Peace out.
You ain't gotta stay. Like knowing your worth, knowing that it's better out there and there's somebody out there that's gonna treat you better. And as cliche as that sounds, you really gotta know that. Like, it's not even a, okay, well, I guess I know. Like, I guess I'm her. I guess I'm good. No, like, you have to know that within your soul, and that's where soul work comes in. We'll get to that later, y'all.
I was about to say, speak on it.
That soul work it's a whole different realm, and you got to be ready for it. You know, it's not something that just happens overnight. It's a lot of dark days, but going through those motions and sitting in it to know that you're getting to that next best purpose and next best part of yourself, knowing that you won't have to stay where you see red flags. You can leave. You can, you know, be a better you. Like, get your stuff and go. I'm about to say another word, but yeah.
Right. So you talking good on tonight.
You know.
See, and this is why I'm always calling her. I had to bring her on the channel so y'all can kind of catch the vibe that I catch when we kind of bounce ideas and talk about stuff with each other. Now that's a whole nother realm of things. Attracting, you know, you always curious of why certain guys come up to me, or why this, or why am I dealing with these type of guys? Is it something about you is attracting them, whether or not you're not asking for it? Let's talk about that. Because the guys that you don't want coming up to you are like a magnet to you, but we talk about that all the time.
All the time. We literally talk about that. Yes. It was on the tip of my tongue.
Because you can't say, man, I'm so tired of these F-boys coming in my life. It's like all I attract is F-boys. I'm tired of F-boys. But guess what? You're putting your energy towards what you don't want.
What you don't want, yeah.
So when you put your energy and focus and everything you got into what you don't want, guess what? I'm coming. Them F-boys, they coming. Like, everything you don't want. How about flipping the script and talk about what you do want instead? Dang, I just really want me a good Christian, whatever your belief is. I want me a good such and such man that provides for his family. Because I know it's a lot of city girls out there too. It's just kind of like, if you want to be about that, okay, that's fine. You know, whatever floats your boat. But be specific with your intentions. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk about what
that's
you don't
it right there. Whatever you put out there is 9 times out of 10 what you're going to get back. It's like that old saying,
that's good.
Well, a woman wears something in public, so then she attracts what it is that she's portraying herself to be in public. So if she in public dressing like a hoochie, and she end up attracting like a thug or somebody who is like, you know, I don't know, a thug or somebody who is ending up, what? How can I say it?
Like, the way you dress is the way you're addressed.
Exactly. That's it right there. The way you dress is the way that you're addressed. So with her dressing that way, is that the reason why she's attracting what she's attracting?
Good point.
So is it the same way that your soul works? Like, the way that your soul is, and you're going to attract somebody with a similar soul? Or how does that work? Like, how do you decipher that? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
Right. We look on the exterior. We look at the outer work, the physical, because that's the first thing, you know, you see. Like, oh my gosh, she's such a beautiful man, or oh, she's such a gorgeous girl. And then the approach, and then the conversation. It's just kind of like that exterior.
Yeah. Not even knowing it. The looks are so deceiving. Like, somebody can be something on the outside, and the inside is just totally nothing. Like, if you ever met a fine man, he is just fine, drop dead, but he don't have no conversation. He has no, like,
zero soul.
Yeah, like, how is that even possible? Like, you have zero soul. You look so good on the outside, but on the inside, I can't navigate you. I can't find my way to your soul, because everything is so blocked off. You have so much baggage. You have so much that's just, like, built up. So much tension. So many, like, emotional pains. You got so much abandonment issues. Just so much going on. So I can't even get there with you, because everything is just at a blockage. So getting past that blockage, like, that's what I mean when I say soul work. But people really don't be ready to go there.
And maybe we're the ones that have to take it there, because it's a lot of stuff that's being swept under the rug that we gotta clean out. We gotta clean up.
We gotta go in and clean out that closet. Unpack some bags. Unpack. Let's
talk about unpacking. And when it comes to relationships, that, you know, that cat and mouse game, like, and not unpacking on the person. Like, unpack by yourself.
Don't take it out on me.
Right. 'Cause
I didn't do it.
Right. That past stuff coming up out of you towards me. No.
Don't take that out on me. become whole so that you're not giving me your half.
Wow. Wow.
Do the work yourself.
2 holes.
And don't pass on the half to me, because a lot of times people will indirectly pass on a half torch that was never whole in the first place. So you passing off and you bleeding off on others who have done absolutely nothing to you because you're suffering through emotional trauma, or you have so much that you're dealing with on the inside that each person who comes in connection to you, you just begin to unpack because you always had it loaded with inside of you.
Wow.
You never knew how to unpack it. So every person who may come into contact with you, like, they always end up suffering. And for me, that's not fair. Like, you should never want to be in a relationship or like be in any kind of situationship, whatever y'all want to call it. You should never want to be in anything like that if you have not done the work within yourself. If you have not done the work within yourself, you're just not ready.
Right.
You're not ready, and it's going to take some time for you to be ready. But I mean, that's okay.
A few moments later.
We back. We're back from our mini break, but we're gonna talk about relationships. We're gonna talk about self-care and what that consists of, and then we're gonna talk about entrepreneurship.
Get into it.
In that order.
If you ready to go, because I can tell it's written all over you. You ain't even got to say too much because that person knows you. But a person that doesn't know you,
Right.
they gonna be like, man, what's wrong with you? You always tripping.
Oh, that just brought a flashback.
Like, what? You don't even know me to even know this is not tripping. It is me reacting to something that may have angered me, something that may have been uncontrollable, like emotions. Like, I need you to know how to conversate, how to have that delivery and not just blow me off to the side like something is just wrong with me all day long.
Right.
Understand me, know who I am, know me internally, know my soul, figure me out.
Right.
Basically, figure me out. I mean, learn me. What they say, learn your queen, so you ain't gotta do too much asking.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes. That's it. That's the one. That's the 1, 2, 3 right there.
Yeah. Tempo.
Wow. Come on, man. Like, you think I'm tripping, but we're just trying to have a conversation. I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much for you. Explain, you know? So, and then that just ties into another topic of, you know, getting ourselves together first, and that requires self-care. So let's talk a little bit about that, like switching gears to how can we take care of ourselves, how not just for others but for ourselves before we get out there, get out in this game, get out into the dating realm. When people be like,
I need to get myself together.
I just need to get myself. What does that entail?
What does that look like for you?
What does that tell?
I will say a lot of self-reflection, you know, because at times we feel like it's other people when really it's us. We have the work to do. We have to get past certain aspects of ourselves to be able to get to that next level, and really knowing your crowd, you know, like knowing who you're around, having people around you that match you as a person, because those that match you as a person, they're gonna know who you truly are. They're going to know how to communicate with you. They're going to know how to not necessarily deal with you, but it is dealing with others when like you're having that interaction, like you're knowing how to deal with people. You're knowing how to deal with their emotions, how to, you know, conversate with them when they're having a bad day. However, so really just working on those things, like a lot of self-reflection and really knowing the crowd that you're around. And self-care, self-care goes deep for me, because that's honestly, and I know we're going to hop into it a little bit later, but self-care was one of the reasons why I started my business, because it was a moment in my life where I really went through a dark moment, you know, like getting out of a relationship, not really knowing who I was before, what we talked about before, hopping into a relationship, not really knowing who I was. And when that love was trying to be poured into me, I was so damaged from what I had been through before that it just tended to bleed off on the person that I was with. And then he didn't know himself either. All he knew was, I just love you, I love you, I love you. And it's like, you don't really know how to love me. Like, I'm needing a different kind of love, and you're just not meeting what I need you to meet there. So it ended up going in a different direction. But like that self-care for me at the time was, you know, really taking care of my mental, you know, taking care of my mental, knowing boundaries when to say no. Self-care is knowing your boundaries, when to say no, when to be assertive, when to really separate yourself. Because a lot of situations that we get into, we don't really want to be there, but we'll be there because of other people. Like, girl, well, let me let you in on this. Girl, go see about that right quick. No, I don't want to do that. That's kind of interrupting my peace right now, sis, and I ain't really trying to go there. So for me, self-care is knowing my boundaries, when to be assertive, and just taking care of my mental. And I felt back then in that relationship with not really knowing those things. So for me now, it's really of an important value in my life. So
wow, that's powerful.
Self-care,
and that's amazing. That I think self-acknowledgement too is also a form of self-care, because you wouldn't have known who you were back then if you didn't acknowledge where you had some downfall in. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same.
Some folks be in denial. They don't want to go deep like that.
Still don't
want to have accountability. Is self-care. Accountability.
Hello, now you're 30, 40 years old, still doing the same thing, thinking that's cool, and you wonder why this happening to you, or you single, or you just can't get it right, or you want your third baby mama, or you want your third kid, still don't know your baby mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can go on and on of the toxicity, like, and how self-care is important. So you mentioned boundaries. Self-care and having boundaries is so important. To friends, family, you gotta have boundaries.
Got to.
Not everybody is on the type of time that you want, or sometimes people can put their baggage onto you, and today just ain't it. So self-care, like she said, is saying no and being okay with it. Don't feel guilty behind you telling your mom, no, you can't do this, or your friend or brother, no, you don't want to listen to this, because at the end of the day, nobody gonna do for you like you do for you. Like, no matter how close y'all share, no matter how close y'all are in friendship, it's just kind of like, you ain't gonna ride for me like me. I gotta be in good standing.
Take care of you like you.
Right. So, boundaries is important. Self-acknowledgement is important for self-care. Of course, you have the thing like, people will always think it's a surface thing, like massage and what's that other stuff? A facial, toes, nails done. No,
outside.
We talking about that inner self-care, like the inner self-care, the dark work, the light work. But what, like, light work is cool, and we talk about the difference between light work and dark work when it comes to like internalizing that self-care. So for me, my definition of light and dark work would be acknowledging where they had you effed up at, or where you had yourself effed up at. Like, why did this relationship go toxic? Let's talk about what I did. Let's talk about how I was verbally abusive in the relationship. How you pissed me off, and I talked to you like you were trash, because that was the only way I knew how to handle things, or I put my hands on you, or you know what I'm saying, knowing where things were bent. Like, I want to do a lot of cussing, but I'm on my YouTube channel. But knowing where people had you bent sideways. And I think that's the dark work, because people don't want to acknowledge that. Everybody be like, oh, what happened to you guys? Oh, well, he did this, or he did that, or he cheated on me. And it's just kind of like, more than likely, you want to think about, let's get realistic. Let's break it down.
Let's go.
For example, in my previous relationship a long time ago, I was the one that cheated. I cheated on my boyfriend, and I made him feel bad about it. I made him suffer for it simply because of my lack of communication. I lack communication, so therefore I went out to find somebody who gave me that easily without me having to express myself. When all I could have did was communicated with my dude at the time and told him what I was lacking, or where we could have met each other in the middle. Because he was so busy working, I didn't feel seen. I didn't feel cared about, but I knew he was out there working for us. But I need to acknowledge that, dang, I didn't communicate properly. I didn't communicate effectively to let him know, do you see me? Do you So I just stepped out because I knew no way to communicate that.
Yeah. And we have to find healthy ways to communicate our feelings. Not always, dang, you don't never spend no time with me. No, effectively
Already
communicate.
snapping.
Like, yeah, already snapping. But it's natural though, sis, because it's just a buildup of emotion. And since you felt like, you weren't being seen at the time, it felt like, man, I want him to see me. Like, I'm right here. Why can't you see? But knowing how to effectively communicate that, like, hey, babe, but I mean, we all go there, and we all have to acknowledge those situations where, we could have done better with communicating. Because the person, again, only knows what you tell them. So when we can communicate better, then the relationship will get better. Because all you got in a relationship is communication and trust. When the whole world blows, and you just got that person who you got to go to sleep next to,
Right.
gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
Gotta figure it out. But that's what I feel.
Sis, that's so good. That's
This
so
is
good.
like, it just makes me want to just talk like
yes,
all night.
it's so
like, just
therapeutic. Like,
talking. See? Communication
yeah.
is therapeutic, right? How we're just sitting here conversing just as sisters, friends.
Yep.
That's what it's all about. Like taking what we're learning even in friendships to relationships.
right. Sometimes when you go through stuff and you try to do the self-care, it low-key make you want to boss up too.
Ooh.
I know how you mentioned that during your self-care journey, you wanted to start a business because it helped you. You know
Find
what I'm
my
saying?
voice.
Talk about a little bit about your business and how that self-care aspect kind of tied into you launching this amazing brand. And I'll link it again.
Makes me smile just thinking about it. Thanks for mentioning this, sis.
Of course.
Where do I start? I'll try to find a way to navigate this one. But again, I think I spoke a little bit earlier about how I went through a really dark time, and it really helped me to find myself. And throughout that time, it was, again, very dark, and it was days where I just really didn't want to get out of bed. I really didn't know who I was. I was starting to lose myself in what I felt like was love. And again, I say what felt like love, because if it was love, I would have never felt that, and we would probably still be together if it was love. So, look, let me just say, let me keep it real there. But it was just many a days where I just had those moments, and I really had to circle back around and find myself, because I lost myself for a while, and losing myself really helped me to have days where I was going into isolation. And those days in isolation, it was just me and the Lord talking, going through heavy meditation, going through many a days where it was self-reflection, going through many a days where it was just, I had to naturally fast. Not to say I wasn't eating like that, but just naturally fasting helped me to just clear my mind. And during that time period where I was learning how to clear my mind, I started to turn to meditation and aromatherapy. Through smell and through hearing, I was starting to become my best self. So whenever I would smell certain scents, it would make me happy. So I would purposely go to the candle store and buy me a candle, because candles made me happy.
So relaxing.
Love Bath and Body Works, but of course we know their candles are like, I don't know, maybe $30 a piece. Love to catch that $10 sale around Christmas time. But I would go to like Bath and Body Works, buy me a candle. Go to TJ Maxx or Home Goods, buy me a candle. And I'm like, wow, I continuously just keep on buying candles to the point where it just became like a collection. So I'm like, why don't I turn something that I really love into a passion of mine, and it become purpose?
Passion project.
Yeah, a passion project. Like, it became a passion, and then ultimately over time it became a purpose.
Yes.
So I just started coming up with ideas. I am in grad school right now, so having to find that balance between grad school and then starting a business was really like, man, I don't really think I'm ready for this. So I just started buying products. Like, I used my last maybe $250. Like, I used my last $250 one day, and I just said, okay, I'm just about to go buy some products for the candles. Like, I started researching, really learn how to make the candles over time. Start doing a lot of like looking up YouTube University. That's the best for everything. looking on YouTube a lot, buying books, and really just researching, and bought the products, used the $250, and I just kind of started making it up in my kitchen. And those smells just always brought me happiness. I like to use a lot of happy smells, ones that I love in the house, like lavender, frankincense, sandalwood, teak wood, pineapple, sage, cinnamon, like just so many different scents. And I mean, it's making me smile talking about it.
It's happy.
So it's happy for me, and that is a form of my self-care, like pouring into my products and my business. That's my self-care, because that's what keeps me sane outside of my busy life that I have going on. And when I first started it, a lot of people didn't understand. They were like, you know, why are you starting a candle business again? But for me, that was what helped me to heal. Like smelling, you know, using my senses. I mean, it helped me heal, because when you're in that dark space, all you see is just yourself in that dark space. So if you have to get up, have to find yourself, and through me finding myself, I just started to really become very invested in aromatherapy, which would ignite my senses, and it would make me happy, you know, make me happy. And over time, I have a lot more products like wax melts, diffusers, things that you can put around your house, like a lot of home fragrance essentials, because our home is our place of solitude. You know, you always want to feel at peace there. Your home is not only like your casa, but it's your sacred space.
Literally.
And nobody should be able to come into that sacred space and mess anything up. Disrupt that peace that you have. So that's why I'm very, very big on, you know, self-care, very big on aromatherapy. And that's how my business started. You know, it started from a dark place that eventually found me light at the end of the tunnel.
Wow. If you lasted this long throughout this talk through, this mukbang, this is a message for you. We talked about a lot of different things, and my sis talking good about her business, and let this be even a sign for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if she would have listened to those naysayers, if she wouldn't have set them boundaries and self-care like we talked about. Imagine if she would have listened to those naysayers today that told her not to start the candle business, or told you not to write that book, or told you not to, you know, start that YouTube channel, or start that business, that makeup business.
Hello? Everybody's not gonna understand. And can I say something else?
Go ahead, sis.
Because it's on my spirit to say.
Uh-oh.
I just want to take a minute to show some gratitude towards you. Yeah, I do. Because you have been there.
Sis.
I don't even mean to, like, we ain't gonna get emotional here, y'all. We ain't gonna get emotional. We're gonna thug it out. But you have just been such a sister, friend, best friend. Like, you have just been there for me every step of the way. Like, no matter if it was a crazy idea, if I hit you up at like 4 o'clock in the morning when you got a flight, you know, you would still always hit me back and say, you know, sis, I'm so proud of you. You know, just hearing that somebody is proud of you, like outside of family is good, but like when you got friends and you got people who are like really pushing you, as you know, family included, that's just a whole nother level of support. So I just really just want to say thank you for just being my sister, like my friend, supporting my crazy ideas, being there for me, pushing me in the times where, you know, I really didn't understand, you know, and you always told me, hey man, like you got this. You know, this is gonna pop one day. We're gonna go to the top together. And it's amazing when you can have friends, sisters that y'all not racing to get there in competition. You like, sis, I'm gonna take your hand, you gonna take mine, and we gonna walk together. Like, we gonna walk to the top together. So for me, I just want to say I know I've told you thank you like millions of times, but like, thank you, sis. Like, I love you. Real talk.
I love
like
you too, sis.
Yes.
Listen, it's up, and it's stuck there. Thank you.
Know that.
Sis.
No, thank
You
you.
know how
Thank
to
you for
bring
having me.
for my people, so they can see who you are and see the people behind who I am, because you're only as good as the people that you hang around. Alright guys, we're back again for the third time. My camera ran out of space, but we vibed on this one, y'all.
Yes, did.
We discussed business, we discussed self-care and what that consists of, and we talked about relationships and how important that is. And I just want to say thank you to my special guest, Elena. I'll link her social media and her business page for Serene Bliss, so you guys can get them orders pumping. Listen,
the launch is coming. Okay? The lunch is coming. I
Okay.
can't give y'all a date yet.
Okay.
But when I do,
Okay.
make sure to hop back on here so I can let y'all know. Or sis just gonna let y'all know.
Of course. I'm gonna keep you guys posted. So until next time, I'm so grateful for you guys for coming in. As I like to say, like the video,
Yes.
subscribe below,
Thumbs up.
and hit the bell so you know.
Oh. Let them know. I can't do that. No, I ain't
So until next time, be safe out there, guys, and peace and blessings to you guys.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.